Hello again, guys. Right, I got home and a while back and got into this new 2B trade with gold. It's funny how it works. The yen pairs, which primarily I'm out of this by the way, 99% out, and happy. But um, I'm noticing this. I'm loving trading the Asian time zone. Um, I love the way the yen pairs seem to have a spurt. I don't know whether it's luck, but it's like 7 or 8 days in a row. Um, they've had that spurt first thing, and then they have a little settle down, and there's nothing. So that's brilliant for me because I just get wake up nice and relaxed. No early mornings, stupid o'clock early mornings unless I can't sleep. And if I do, then there's always something to do. And then the yen pairs or the whole Asian session after a couple of hours of the market open is going to just either move sideways or stop. And for some reason, at the moment, gold just seems to bide its time almost, relax a little bit, doesn't go mad with the yen pairs. And if you can imagine, UJ or dollar, US dollar, is what might well be the opposite of the yen. When that's finished its push up, then it seems to me that gold steps into the breach, as it were. So you can just keep an eye on gold and wait for the momentum to build up on that. I'm talking about multi-time frame momentum now. This is the big difference with what Vic gave us with the original 2B. And this is a 2B, by the way, and this is another 2B here inside that 2B. So you got the big 2B, which is that level there. There was an early nice gold move there, which was a scalp. I drew those levels, by the way, and I'm talking about this particular one because I got asked a question on YouTube about can we trade H4 using M1 for entries, and the answer is yes, of course, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to explain all the time. Can we trade M15, this big, or even if you look at M30, it's a 2B. If you look at H1, I didn't look at this, but yeah, it's a 2B. There's a new low forced down by the sellers, and then finally the buyers overtook the sellers about here. As you can see, old support resistance acted as new support. I mean that's a 2B on an H1, and that's a 2B on M30 really, bit more convoluted, but they're there. You couldn't make this stuff up. I wonder if that's even got a divergence in it. I'll have to start looking at this. I said years ago that it has a million or thousands more secrets to give up to us. I found the bust, pullback, break, close, but there are going to be tons more interesting um, available trades there. I mean, there's a 1, 2, 3 high low. There's the RSI histo arrow. That thing is like gold. Blue, turquoise arrow, up it goes. Turquoise arrow, up it goes. Turquoise arrow. That looks like it was probably a failed trade. But again, it's not the arrow's fault. It's the time of day. I've said in the past, none of these things can be traded arbitrarily, whatever the word is. You have to. Uh, I've discounted so many indicators in the past purely because I just looked at them out of context and just you know decided they weren't very good. Totally wrong. Totally and utterly wrong way to do it. Anyway, I've digressed. So the answer to that gentleman's or person's question is yes, absolutely. You can trade H4 using M1 entries, but you have to do the screen time. And there is a way I can explain it, but it would take hours, and that is why I'm going to be converting over to uh, a subscription model, pay-per-view model, videos, whatever, and you know, live streaming, all that sort of stuff. Which lends me to my other point, which is why I moved to Asia, as opposed to maybe where the weather is a little bit alternating between super hot weather which you can't go out in, and rainy weather, which is like today, which I don't want to go out in particularly. Um, as opposed to, say, for example, a climate where it's sunny 99% of the time, I'd never get any work done. I wouldn't be able to concentrate properly. So this is perfect. I cannot tell you how relaxed I am in this particular climate. I'm dreading the super hot weather, but we shall see how that works out. If I have to live in a swimming pool or in air conditioning during the hottest times of the day, then so be it. I can concentrate on, getting involved in helping other traders and getting involved in. My main point is I'm trying to guide people away from the scammers. I'm trying to guide people away from these jerks that want to charge 8, 9, 10 grand, and they are well-known names in the industry, and they know damn well that they cannot teach you to trade. They are just lying. If they had half a clue, well, they do have half a clue about trading, but they just don't care because they can make 10 grand out of people that 99% will probably fail. Whereas really, they should be doing something similar to what I'm trying to do here, which is guide you to an ancient pattern that was the same in trading books 100 years ago, and telling you that, you know, a little bit of guidance, a little bit of coaching, mentoring, whatever, and then um, put you on a sort of day to day. If you need some help, then you're there and charge by the hour or whatever. These guys that are charging 10k and above are nothing short of criminals, in my opinion. Anyway, sorry for the negativity. That's where we want to go in the future. 2Bs are everywhere. 1, 2, 3 higher lows are everywhere. There's a higher low. I can tell you how to identify them. Really, it's just the kink. Trade the kink. And once this is created, this is a new low here. Notice it never broke above it or closed above it. And this is a new low here. So you were kept out of a losing trade there by the rules. And then finally, when it closed above, well, really, it's only the lower one that you're worried about in a long trade, because that is the break of the downtrend. High, low, lower, high, lower, low. This is the break. In the old days, I used to want to see a 3CR tells me that we've got a trend, a 2 candle, 3 candle trend that's broken through there. Used to be ultra, ultra important until I moved forward with my knowledge, as it were. And we always will. Just as I said with this, there's 100 new ways to trade it. There are 100 new ways to trade 2Bs and 1, 2, 3 higher lows. And look at that gold trade. I mean, the Frankfurt market isn't officially open yet for another 12 minutes. Well, actually, it's 16 minutes, according to that. 14 minutes, I should say. So there you go, guys. There is no avoiding screen time. There is actually a holy grail of trading, in my opinion, which is the 2B reversal now and the 1, 2, 3 reversal, and the screen time it takes to overcome the fear and greed emotions. Anyway, I was hoping this might hit its target and close the trade. Looks like it might well do. Running up to the new hour, we've got a new 15-minute bar in 53 seconds. And that 15-minute bar, remember timing, that will most likely create a pullback. Not guaranteed, so you can't trade a pullback on a 15-minute chart unless you've got, you're trading tick charts. But what I see a lot of the time, and this is really, really quite important, and another reason why it's always important, if you watch my videos, watch them right the way through, because I know I talk a lot of, there you go. The reason, the point I was trying to make there is that the close of a candle right up to the last couple or 3 seconds will often create a burst ready for that potential pullback after the close of the candle. So let's watch this on the 1 minute and see what happens. Put it on. You cannot you cannot, this sort of screen time is priceless. You cannot come up with this sort of information without actually watching thousands upon thousands upon thousands of hours of charts. So anyway, I'm not going to waste any more time watching this. As it happens, this one has just sort of broken my rule. But remember, also, a 15-minute close isn't that important. I do say the first 15-minute close in the new hour is. But remember also, this is now an H1 candle that is closing, and I see this so many times too. They're pushing the price to an important level, which is why the 15 is quite iffy. But what might happen at 7 o'clock? They've pushed gold up, and they've pushed and pushed and pushed it. This is quite a large move. Well, you saw 60 pips or thereabouts. Well, I got a bad entry, didn't I? So if we'd got that first entry, it's probably close to double that, around there, off that daily open. Yeah, so it's well over 100 pips, points, whatever you want to call it. Remember now that this is highly likely an H1 close, and all the other stuff around it is good for a possible reversal at the London Open. We've got that congestion area there, or the open close flip zone. We've got the potential of a strong H4 candle, because gold, remember, closes an hour later than the FX pairs, because it opens an hour later. That's the H4 candle. So we've got a few minutes until the new gold 13 minutes exactly, till the new gold H4 opens. And what might that do? Remember I said about the UJ in the Asian Open, or the yen pairs, should I say? That pushed up, gave me a trade. Then it messes around sideways, which is great, gives me a 3 or 4 mile walk for my breakfast. And then gold picks up the slack, as it were, has a little play. Because remember, if a UJ moves 5 or 6 pips, or the dollar, should I say, on yen pairs, gold could treble or quadruple that. It's really, really, I'm learning so much from this trading this Asian time zone. So, or not so much learning so much, but observing a lot. And everything that works on the charts can be almost, uh, you know, you can teach yourself it just by watching the charts. You don't have to know about all this financial psycho babble that's going on. You don't have to pay someone 10 grand to teach you what's just on your charts, you know. So anyway, I've digressed. I've gone on far longer than I thought. The 2B reversal is the holy grail of trading. I never thought I'd say that. I've often heard myself say, and actually said it, there is no holy grail, that's in your head. But actually, I should keep banging this message home now. It's really important. The 2B is the thing that I should have concentrated on, and it would have, you know, got me up and running thousands of hours, or hundreds of, no, thousands, a year or two maybe, before I actually did. So wasted a lot of wasted time. Don't want you guys to waste it either. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a good day. I'm off out again for lunch.